Hey foodies, welcome to Cooking Shooking. Holi is just round the corner. My wishes to you. I wanted to make a festive special recipe, as in a recipe that's made across all Indian festivals and not just a Holi special. You know what we are making today? Ghewars, the perfect halwai style ghewars are here. I must say the recipe was never so easy. Let's begin. So I'm making ghewars today using ghee. So here I've got half a cup of ghee which I'm going to add into a bowl. So here I've got ghee to which I'm going to add in a few ice cubes to it. This can be made without using ice cubes as well. You can just use chilled water if you want to. Many halwais do that. So sleeves up. Now we're going to start creaming this using hands. At first I'm going to just make sure the ghee gets cold with the ice. Once the ghee starts getting a little solidified, what you have to do is use your palms to smoothen the ghee really well and cream it really well. We don't want any grains of ghee in this creamed mixture, so make sure to smoothen it out really well. You can also use a hand mixer if you want to. My job is to show you how it's done traditionally in small batches. My mixture is all ready. Now we're going to add in water and the other ingredients and make the batter. Here I've got the maida which I'm going to add into this. I'm also going to add in 1 tablespoon of besan. I have also tried this recipe using corn flour, rice flour, and without it as well. I believe a little bit of besan really helps with the texture of it. Now I'm going to add in little water at a time and make a thick batter at first. So thick batter is ready. What we're going to do next is we're going to whip this up really well for about 5 minutes. I'm going to use my hands. So just start mixing up really well. Make sure all the lumps are gone and just kind of whip it. So the batter has been really well whipped. What we're going to add next is lemon juice and more water to it. So here I've got 2 tablespoons of lemon juice which I'm going to add in. More water. And form this to a thin batter. So the batter is ready and looks nice. Now it will be a good practice to have this batter cold. So if it's not already cold, make sure to keep this for about 30 minutes in the refrigerator. Otherwise you can keep this for about 15 minutes. If it's already cold, you can directly start making it, but since my ghee is not hot, I'm going to keep this for about 15 minutes and heat up the ghee. So here I've got Vanaspati getting hot. You can also use ghee if you want to. I personally have used both and don't find much difference. Anyways, we have used ghee in the batter and I'm using a lot of fat here to fry this. Let me show you why. Here I've got a few utensils that I will need for making the ghewar. The first thing would be a spoon or a sauce bottle like this. If you are a beginner, I would recommend you to use a sauce bottle because the stream would be straight. With a spoon, the stream can be a little inclined towards left or right as well. So you might end up pouring the batter over the ghee, which we don't want. We want a straight stream of batter going down. So a sauce bottle would be a better choice. A rod as well. You can also use a spoon or a stick or whatever you want to take out the ghewar from the ghee. A wire stand like this and a plate to take out the ghewars into. And finally a ghewar mold like this or a cake ring like this or a saucepan. I personally haven't had great luck with using stainless steel rings like this. That's the reason I'm using this ghewar mold. This is a smaller one and this is an iron based ghewar ring. Works perfectly for me. You don't need all these fancy things, I must say. You can definitely use a saucepan like this. Fill this with ghee halfway and then make the ghewars in it. You don't need all these fancy things. So just to show you, this is the consistency that we are looking for in the ghewar, and you might have to add some more water in the batter. If you have to, feel free to add it. And I've added approximately 1 liter of water totally so far, and you can also add in some food color if you want to in this recipe. So the batter is ready with me. Now we're going to make the ghewar. So I'm going to place the mold inside the hot ghee. Since the ghewar mold is very tall, we have to ensure the ghee or the dalda or the oil is like 3/4 way if not more in the pan. That's the reason I'm using this patila with a lot of dalda. Now the temperature comes next. If you keep the ghee, dalda or oil to very high heat, the edges will start caramelizing and the center will stay kind of uncooked. We don't want that. We want a very evenly cooked ghewar. For that, make sure to keep the dalda or ghee to medium temperature like 180 degrees centigrade, or just make sure it's not smoking hot, just normally hot. So here I've got the sauce bottle. I'm going to start pouring the batter to this. Going to make a little space in the center and start pouring the batter again. The thing that you have to ensure is to keep pouring batter every 10-15 seconds, or when the bubbles start to slow down a lot, and from a height and in the center area only. So the basic thing about ghevar is that when you are making ghevar and pouring the batter into the hot ghee, the batter is going down and coming back up, and the excess water that is in the batter is kind of evaporating. So what is happening is that the excess water is evaporating and we are getting that honeycomb texture. If we add the batter once again very fast, it will not have the chance to solidify, and the ghevar that we'll get is will not have that great honeycomb texture and will be kind of like flat. So the ghevar is looking nice to me and it has started to get golden as well. Perfect time to add more ghee on top, hot ghee on top if you are using a saucepan, or what you can do is use a handle like this. I remember it's called as sansi in Hindi. I'm to use this and kind of flip it around. Since I have a lot of fat in this pan, I can easily do this. This will ensure the ghevar is cooked from top as well. Always remember, when you are making a ghevar, don't be in a hurry. You are playing with hot ghee or oil and throwing batter with a good height. So the sides have started to release. Now I'm to use this handle and take the ghevar out of this. Look at this perfection. Gravity plays an important role here. Make sure to keep the ghavars in a horizontal way so that all the ghee or the dalda comes out of it easily. Otherwise you will feel that fat when you are eating it. In the interest of time and not making this video any longer, what I will do is I'll write down in the description box down below what you should do and what you should not do to get a perfect ghevar in terms of texture and flavor as well. So make sure to read the description box down below very carefully. So our ghavars are all done and they are looking absolutely fantastic. Now what you can do is you can keep this in an airtight container for up to 30 days. Since we have not used any sort of milk products in the batter like milk or khoya, you can keep this easily for 30 days if you want to. Or else if you have a sweet tooth like me, you can begin making the sugar syrup just with me. So here I've got a pan, and to this I'm to add in 2 cups of sugar, a little bit of water, about a teaspoon of kevra water, and about a pinch of food color. You can skip the food color if you want to. Now we are going to cook this in medium-high flame for about 3 to 4 minutes or until the sugar syrup is ready. Now how to check whether it's ready or not? You can take a bowl with a little bit of water and pour in a drop or two in that bowl. If the sugar syrup starts settling in the bottom, your sugar syrup is ready. Now don't wait any further. You can take a rack and place in a ghevar on top of it, and you can start pouring that hot sugar syrup over the ghevar. Make sure to coat the ghevar really well with the sugar syrup, and all the excess will just flow down into the same pan, so don't worry about it. And what you can do is you can even recoat it once again after 10 minutes or so if you want to. So your basic ghevar is just right there. Your ghevar is ready. You can decorate it if you want to, or just sprinkle in some cardamom powder and serve it out just as it is. After coating this ghevar with the sugar syrup, the shelf life just drops down to about 2 days, so make sure to serve it up really fast. Anyways, this won't last long. This tastes amazing. So if you want to make a malai ghevar or a ghevar with rabdi, what you can do is just spread out a little bit of rabdi in the ghevar, and then you can sprinkle in some nuts and cardamom powder if you want to. Ta-da! Our ghevar is all ready now. Whether you want to make it for a deva or just anyone, the ghevar looks absolutely delicious. So let me grab a bite. It's almost midnight, so I can afford the calories. This is sensational. Nothing can beat a homemade ghevar. And to be honest, this is slightly a tricky recipe to make. I have even seen halwais and experienced chefs failing at making this. So don't be sad about it if you fail at this in your first attempt. I failed a dozen of times, so don't worry about it. I will have the detailed text recipe with all the tips and tricks about this ghevar in the description box down below. So make sure to check it out. And you have already noticed that I am not wearing my chef coat and I am wearing something else. So this Stairway to Heaven t-shirt is a Cooking Shooking merchandise that you can buy online. So shop.cookingshooking.com is a destination. You can even find more designs over there, more funny designs and all. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to watch more and subscribe. Bye.